Hello everybody, it's Kobe Pope, owner and creator of Wolf Self Care Products. Happy Mac Facts Monday. Today we are going over magnesium in regards to obesity, syndrome X, and diabetes. So the three things we need to know about magnesium and obesity. Magnesium helps the body digest, absorb, and utilize protein, fats, and carbohydrates. Magnesium, number two. Magnesium is necessary for insulin to open cell membranes for glucose entry. Number three, magnesium helps prevent obesity genes from expressing themselves. And then we were talking about the weight connection. So magnesium and the B complex vitamins are energy nutrients that activate enzymes that control digestion, absorption, and utilization of proteins, fats, and carbohydrates. Lack of these necessary energy nutrients cause improper utilization of foods, leading to such far-ranging symptoms as hypoglycemia, anxiety, and obesity. Food cravings and overeating can be simply a desire to continue eating past the point of illness because the body is, in fact, craving nutrients that are missing from processed foods. You can continue to eat empty calories that pack on pounds but get you no further ahead in your nutrient requirements. Magnesium is also necessary in the chemical reactions that allow insulin to usher glucose to the cells where it is shunted in the pathway to make energy for the body. If there's not enough magnesium to do this job, both insulin and glucose become elevated in the bloodstream outside the cells. That excess glucose gets stored as fat and contributes to obesity. Having excess insulin puts you on the road toward diabetes and tissue damage. The connection between stress and obesity cannot be overlooked. Stress chemical cortisol signals a metabolic shutdown that makes losing weight almost impossible. As the body feels that if it's under attack, such that it must hoard all resources, including craft stores, and not let go of them under any circumstances. Okay, I could go more in depth on that. Okay, obesity, more than bad genes. The public has been told that obesity is inherited, which makes you think that people don't have a hand in creating this problem. You can continue your bad habits and just blame your genes. However, you do have a role in creating this problem and thus curing it. Animal experiments show that if a mouse is with an obesity gene is deprived of B vitamins, the gene will be expressed and the mouse will become obese. But, the, but if it is fed plenty of B vitamins, the gene will stay unexpressed and the mouse will remain thin. Every metabolic function in the body requires vitamins and minerals as metabolic cofactors. Without them, symptoms develop. A 2014 study found that mice fed a fast food diet high in fat and sugar and low in fiber, B vitamins, and vitamin D became obese and developed diabetes. All right, there's another study. Magnesium appeared to decrease fasting insulin concentrations. And in conclusion, study confirms that magnesium has an important effect on gene expression. Abdominal obesity, gaining weight around the middle, aka belly fat, is related to magnesium deficiency and an inability to properly utilize insulin. It also sets the stage for syndrome X. Syndrome X is a waist size above 40 inches in men and 35 in women. Okay, and the magnesium factor is a book. Over half of the insulin in the bloodstream is directed at abdominal tissue. They theorize that as more and more insulin is produced to deal with in a high sugar diet, abdominal girth increases to process the extra insulin. Furthermore, authors reported that people with moderate or even marginal magnesium deficiency exhibit chronic inflammatory stress, which may contribute significantly to the occurrence of chronic diseases such as atherosclerosis, hypertension, osteoporosis, diabetes mellitus, and cancer. Syndrome X. Syndrome X includes high cholesterol, hypertension, obesity, elevated triglycerides, and elevated uric acid. High triglycerides usually found when cholesterol is elevated. It can be raised when someone is on a high sugar diet, as with daily consumption of cakes, pastries, and sodas, sweetened with high fructose corn syrup. Excessive amounts of fruit in a diet can elevate triglycerides. High uric acid is due to incomplete breakdown of protein by lack of B vitamins and digestive enzymes. As previously noted, magnesium is required in metabolic pathways such as the Krebs cycle that allows insulin to usher glucose into cells where glucose participates in making ATP energy for the body. If magnesium is deficient, it results in glucose levels being elevated. Glucose is stored as fat and leads to obesity. Elevated glucose leads to diabetes. Obesity puts strain on the heart. Excess glucose becomes attached to certain proteins, leading to kidney damage, neuropathic blindness, and other diabetic complications. Insulin resistant cells allow magnesium to oh, like insulin resistant cells don't allow magnesium into cells. Further, magnesium deficiency leads to hypertension. Magnesium deficiency leads to cholesterol buildup. And both of these conditions are implicated in heart disease. Magnesium deficiency is a major factor in the origins of each of the syndrome signs and symptoms from elevated triglycerides or obesity. Okay, insulin resistance. Insulin's job is to open up receptor sites on cell membranes to allow the influx of glucose, the cell's fuel source. Cells that no longer respond to the advances of insulin and refuse the entry of glucose are called insulin resistant. As a result, blood glucose levels raise and the body produces more and more insulin to no avail. Glucose and insulin rampage throughout the body, cause tissue damage that result in overuse and wasting of magnesium, and increased risk of heart disease or types of diabetes. One of the major reasons cells don't respond to insulin is lack of magnesium. Studies confirm that when insulin is released from the pancreas, magnesium in the cell normally responds and opens the cell to allow entry of glucose, but in the case of magnesium deficiency combined with insulin resistance, the normal mechanisms just don't work. However, the higher levels of magnesium in the body, the greater sensitivity of the cells to insulin and higher the possibility of reversing the problem. All right, cardiovascular metabolic syndrome, which is shortened to metabolic syndrome, is characterized by high calcium to magnesium ratio. Remember, too much calcium automatically creates a magnesium deficiency. Americans in general have a high calcium to magnesium ratio in their diet and consequently in their bodies. All right, back where I left off, we're talking about magnesium deficiency and syndrome X. According to, Dr. Resnick, syndrome X is caused not by chronically elevated insulin levels, but by a low level of magnesium ions, because insufficient magnesium is the original cause of insulin resistance. Furthermore, a group of overweight individuals were given a daily 350 milligrams of magnesium supplement for 24 weeks. Their serum magnesium levels increased and their arterial stiffness was reduced. Off of note, testing at 12 weeks showed no change of serum magnesium. Changes were only evident after 6 months. 6 months of magnesium intake. Ooh. This gives some indication that this gives some indication of the length of time it may take to increase a person's magnesium levels and their magnesium stores. All right. Oh, this is a long chapter. We're almost done. All right, diabetes has come up a lot in the conversation above about insulin resistance. There are two types of diabetes. About 10% of diabetics labeled as type 1, and they're dependent on insulin. Type 1. All right, boom. Three things we need to know about magnesium and diabetes. Magnesium deficiency is an independent predictor of diabetes. Number two, diabetics both need more magnesium and lose more than most people. Number three, magnesium is necessary for the production, function, and transport of insulin. Uh, Gestational diabetes. Ionized magnesium testing demonstrates the presence of magnesium depletion in pregnancy itself and to a greater extent in gestational diabetes. Magnesium depletion or relative calcium excess may predispose women to vascular complications of pregnancy. It needs to be addressed. Type 1 and type 2 diabetes. All right. Magnesium prevents and treats diabetes and diabetic symptoms. A whole lot of information there. We're just going to keep brushing through because I'm low on storage. The most important points regarding diabetes and magnesium are magnesium levels are low in diabetics. Diabetics are predisposed to heart disease, hypertension, obesity, insulin resistance, and high cholesterol. Magnesium prevents and treats heart disease, hypertension, obesity, insulin resistance, and high cholesterol. Diabetic complications of magnesium, lack of Magnesium increases the risk of cardiovascular disease, eye symptoms, nerve damage, and diabetes, whereas supplementation can prevent it. Insulin's main job requires magnesium, and without magnesium, insulin is not properly secreted from the pancreas, and what does not get in the bloodstream does not work correctly. How did we become a nation of diabetics? The Western diet is high in sugar, refined flours that develop diabetes. Soft drink consumption has almost doubled amongst kids, adding an average of 15 to 20 extra teaspoons of sugar a day just from soda and other sugary drinks. We're eating more and more sugar per person each year, so no wonder there's more people that are developing symptoms of diabetes and insulin resistance suffering from magnesium deficiency. Sugar overload can cause magnesium deficiency in several ways. Processed sugar is devoid of vitamins and minerals, leaving empty calories that provide no valuable nutrients. Refining The refining of sugar removes 93% of chromium, 89% of magnesium, 98% of cobalt, 83% of copper, 98% of zinc, and 98% of magnesium. All these minerals are essential to life. Inability to utilize sugar results in the formation of excess and the excess of products such as pyruvic acid and other sugars that accumulate in the brain, nervous system, red blood sugar, and red blood cells, where they interfere with cell respiration and hasten degenerative disease. Adding sugar to the diet also produces an excessively acidic condition in the body. Continues throughout the body has to draw upon its sources of alkaline minerals, magnesium, calcium, and potassium. If the condition is severe, magnesium and calcium may even be taken from the bones and teeth, which lead to tooth decay and softening and ultimately osteoporosis. Magnesium supplementation improves insulin response, improves glucose tolerance, and reduces the stickiness of red blood cells. Diet advice for people with diabetes: eliminate alcohol, coffee, white sugar, white flour, gluten, fried foods, trans fatty acids. If we eat animal protein, choose organically raised. Okay. I can read all that, but I don't feel like it. But that's all I got for y'all. Thanks for watching. Happy Backpacks Monday. That is all I have on the topic of obesity, syndrome X, and diabetes. You know, to shop for the best supplements, www.lftcre.com. Shop for me. Thank you.